Hello and welcome back to our Runesmith campaign, and well, you meet me here back in our town where we basically, I've just been here for a very long time, let's just say that. And funnily enough, the Beastmen raiders that we are now about to fight, they basically turned up on our doorstep, and I thought to myself, yes, this is a sign for us to head into battle and see what we can do. By the way, I just had the Wandering Merchant random event pop up, and I was able to get this helmet. This helmet was, I believe, what was it, 2,200 or something like that? Yeah, I think it wasn't that expensive, but it's not that good. I mean, it's okay, you know, it's much better than not having a helmet. I didn't have a helmet beforehand, so I thought to myself, yes, good idea, you know, good idea. And we actually managed to get some, someone mentioned in the comments that this particular material is really, really useful, and I have no idea what it's for because I've never seen it before, but Grommeril or something like that. Yeah, apparently it's really, really good. So I'm basically attempting to use that. I'm basically attempting to see what I can do with this. And I'm going to try and see if I can maybe eliminate this Minotaur. I was actually trying to kill that Minotaur. Actually, I want to try to get some of their weapons, if at all possible. I'd like to see if we can maybe get their weapons. Because if I can, I'll be able to actually create some pretty cool stuff. Oh, really? Well, this is bad. Yeah. Nice. My guys are what? My guys are absolutely slaughtering. These fellows have no idea what they're... Wow, okay. Yeah, wow, yeah, look at that. We actually gained a level 2. That's pretty crazy. Oh, that guy literally got slaughtered by our ranged. Okay, yeah, so apparently dwarves are crazy. Because I think with orcs, I might have lost this. I don't know. Because I do have some really, really high tier dwarves. As you saw in the previous episode. At the end, I did actually recruit some really, really nice troops. They were very expensive, of course. But, you know, it is to be expected that we need to do stuff like that. Oh yeah, actually I have, oh dear, I have prisoners. I didn't even sell these yet. That is an idiot move right there. I should have sold all these guys. Oh well, never mind. I'll just take the highest level ones. Oh, hello. That is a legendary Northlander decorated two-handed axe that sells for 23,000. All right. I'll definitely take that every day of the week. The question is, do we have some Beastmen gear? No, we don't have any Beastmen gear. That's hilarious. Why not? I don't know why we don't. Okay, that's kind of interesting. All right, I was kind of hoping, you know, that we'd get our hands on some of their axes or something like that so that I can actually start making their axes. That would be kind of nice. I'm actually not going to go in here versus these beastmen because it's basically pointless. I'm not going to get any bit of the loot anyway, so might as well just avoid it. And we are just going to, yeah, one thing we want to do is I want to spec this focus point into roguery skill. I know that I probably shouldn't be speccing into this. I should probably spec into other things like athletics, one-handed, etc. Maybe even two-handed. We might be using a two-handed at some point later on. But for me personally, I think that roguery skill is actually going to be really, really useful. Maybe not, but I'm going to go for it nevertheless, and we'll see what happens with it. Now we do have this guy of the Brewers Guild. Now, as far as I'm aware, I believe we can actually donate. We can donate stuff. This is me just kind of like, you know, trying to explore the game's mechanics, because obviously this is the great thing about the Old Realms. The changes to each individual career are so unique that every single one you choose is vastly different from the previous one. It's actually kind of crazy how they've done that, to be honest. So the Brewers Guild, we should probably talk to them, and we'll probably see what they ask for. Can I support the Brewers Guild in some way? I wish to donate Oath Gold. No, I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay, yeah. So what I'm actually going to do is... Oh, this is a very cool interior, by the way. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and get some grain. I think the village nearby has been raided, so obviously that's not really going to help us that much. However, this guy, Gimli the Thane, I'm actually going to be attempting to... What are you doing here? Okay, you're actively looking for this. Thane would surely benefit my company. There we go. Fantastic. So we're going to be getting him for 10,000. This is obviously very expensive, but very worth it because he's a guy that actually has a significant amount of steward skill. And obviously, as you know, steward skill is great. Yes, steward skill is really, really nice because he has 134. And that's going to mean that instead of 58, we're now going to have 77 party capacity, which is super nice. So hopefully that's going to help us out a great deal. We're going to be going for hammerers, I suppose. Oh no, actually, I don't even know what to go for, really. We could go for ironbeards. Ironbeards are kind of fun, I guess. I don't know, maybe? Yeah, let's do that, I guess. Yeah, ironbeards. Wow, we're spending a lot of this. Maybe not the best idea, right? Maybe not the best idea to spend that straight away. But yeah, anyway, as you've seen, I'm actually doing quite a lot of smithing. Now, unfortunately, I've got something to say here, okay? I'm not going to complain about this or anything like that because generally they've done what they can to reduce the, well, the annoyance of smithing. Smithing is still annoying to me because you literally, you do this, right? You do this, and 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 now I'm out of energy. You see? Now I'm out of energy. And I don't, I know, I smithed, well, shall we say, I smelted the two-handed axe that we could have sold for a lot of money. That's fine. I don't mind that one bit because what I really want is to get some fine steel. I want to get, well, Thamoskeen obviously as well. I'd like to try to convert all of these things as much as I can into Gromorel, because Gromorel is going to allow us to make these really, really amazing weapons, and then we're going to have some great times. As you saw there, I increased my faith skill so dramatically by smelting that. I increased it by 9, which is actually pretty incredible. And you can see here that we're unlocking a huge amount of additional smithing parts because that was a legendary axe. And look at the amount of smithing parts we're actually getting. It's actually crazy. Now, look at this. I'm back at 100%, right? I'm back at 100% smithing stamina, but I don't like the smithing mechanics. I don't like the fact that we have to wait for stamina. I understand the realism aspect and all that stuff, but it's just annoying, okay? It's just annoying. And I do understand that the Old Realms, they have done whatever they can to reduce the problems with it, because you can now regenerate on the run, which is great. But unfortunately, I'm not really moving around that much, you see. I'm not really moving around that much, so obviously that doesn't really help me that much. But the main reason why I don't like it that much, this whole stamina thing, is that I have to continually go into the menu, right? So basically it's like I exit the smithy and then we have to, you know, wait for a little bit of time and then we go back in, and then sometimes I'm not at 100%, you see? And it's just kind of frustrating to deal with that, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Anyway, what we'll also be doing is obviously just getting rid of some of this. We'll just do that. There we go. And then we can just forge some additional things. So we can actually forge some two-handed axes if we want to do that. What I've also found to be quite frustrating about the smithing is the sheer mass of pommels. I don't know why there are so many pommels, but as you can see, all of the pommels have been unlocked. Well, a significant amount of pommels have been unlocked, but none of the handles and none of the axe heads themselves, which just boggles the mind. Why is it that I am literally not unlocking any of the heads of the axes, but all of the pommels? It makes no sense that I would be getting that. But yeah, anyway, we're just going to do a little bit of smithing here because might as well. And of course, we do have quite a lot of stamina to spend, which is quite nice. But as I say, it's a chore, unfortunately. As I say, I'm not a terribly big fan of the smithing in Bannerlord in general. I do feel as though it is improved dramatically when you have unlimited stamina, or you reduce the stamina cost so dramatically that it basically doesn't make any difference. Because I think that's just so much more fun. That's just me, okay? That's just me. Maybe you don't feel that way, which is fine. You know, that's okay. Anyway, let's go over to the two-handed. Yeah, as you can see, we just got this. Oh no, it's just absolutely terrible. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I think we're still gonna just make this one, because generally that's the thing that's going to unlock the most for us. At least I think so. There we go. Very nice. As you can see, we're getting a lot of axe heads right now. We're starting to unlock some more of the pommels. The handles, not so much, but yeah, that's obviously fine. And then we just wait here for basically half a day or so. And this is pretty much what I've been doing in my off-screen time. And you can see here that obviously I'm continuing to get a very small amount of money with our workshops. I did actually purchase the wood workshop as well, by the way. And we are pretty much just going and we're making a very small amount. I did put some hardwood into the warehouse, but unfortunately it doesn't really seem to be really doing that much, unfortunately. So yeah, not a terribly big fan of that, but can't really help it. Let me just recruit some of these guys. I'd actually like to recruit more nobles if at all possible, but yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to do that quickly here. I can recruit some of these guys, just get some additional numbers. I actually would like to go over there and fight some Beastmen, because the Beastmen raiders, they have 57. Do you think we can actually fight these guys with 57? Sure. Shall we? Shall we try? Yeah, I think we might be able to. I don't know. It's probably a little bit worrying for us, but maybe we'll try it out. Okay, yeah. So basically, we're going to take imperturbable. Oh, that doesn't sound like a real word, to be honest. But yes, there you go. Anyway, we're going to be getting 500 faith skill every day while waiting in town. That's absolutely amazing. That's what we want. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have 47. Obviously, many of our forces are now relatively low level, which means they're probably going to die. You know, they're probably going to die, but that's okay. We don't really need to worry about them too much. The only thing that we really need to do is make sure that we stay at range, basically. That's what we need to do. So hopefully we're not going to spawn too close to the opponent and we can actually get into a decent position. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if we can do that. Wait a minute. Okay, something like this. Let's put them into a shield wall. Put these guys over here. I don't think I need to put them into a loose formation or anything like that. I think we should be fine. We could technically go for guns with this character as well if we wanted to. That would not, according to other people, by the way, that would not be lore accurate, but we could go for guns if we wanted to. Which might be kind of fun. I don't know. I think that might be quite fun. Maybe. I'm just hopeful that our gunners are actually going to do a relatively decent job here. I don't really want to get myself killed, but I also want to be a bit of a distraction somewhat. Let's be a bit careful here. Nice hit. There we go. Nice hit. Gonna try to kill the guy on the right first. There we are. He's dead. He's gonna also die, this fellow. Or not. Okay. Nice. There we go. And now we can actually start doing some actual damage. Nice. Come on up. Get me some experience, please. Get me some experience. There we go. And we are absolutely slaughtering. Actually, surprisingly so. Can I... Oh, no. I really wanted to get that kill. Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Okay, so let's just tell our forces to charge in here. We are... I mean, no offense right now, but if we put our dwarves into a defensive formation, the enemy has no shot, right? They have no way of being able to do anything here. It's staggering how incredibly strong the dwarves are. I'm not sure if I would have gotten the same result playing orcs. I don't think so somehow. Anyway, 14 renown for us right there. Obviously, I'm not really caring about renown that much, to be honest. But yeah, that's nice, you know? I mean, renown obviously is going to be coming to me no matter whether I want it or not, pretty much. Okay, so the question is, we're going to have to do something about this now. We're going to have to, yeah, we're going to have to do something about the fact that we're spending oath gold right now. So what I'm actually going to do is we are going to be going over to the nearby grain area. Oh, iron ore. Wow, actually a significant amount of iron ore from this guy. All right, that's kind of nice. But yeah, I actually need to sell the armor and the various other things that we have in our inventory here, just so that we can kind of shed some of our weight. But that was a nice victory, if I do say so myself. And hopefully, I could potentially become a... I could become a mercenary if we wanted to, but I don't think I really want to do that right now. I want to remain as neutral as possible if I can, because we're just going to be gaining so much... Well, we're going to be gaining so much from our workshops, and I don't really want to cause any kind of problem with us right there. But anyway, I'm just going to sell all of this. That's going to get me 9,000, and I'm going to be selling every single thing here. It's going to get me 14,000, and then, well, that's pretty much it, unfortunately. I could buy some horses just to speed ourselves up a small amount. It is going to be a very small amount. And I am actually going to be doing quite a bit more smithing, and or maybe I need to go into the warehouse here and place some more things. Yeah, I do need to place some iron ore in there. So let's do that. Just bear in mind the warehouse does have a limit to how much you can actually put in there. It has 6,000 as a limit. So yeah, we are otherwise just going to go into the weaponsmith once again, and we'll see what we can make. Because I was making two-handed axes before. I'm not sure whether we really want to make more of them. As you can see, I still can't make any of the Old Realms maces, which is kind of sad, but yeah, I guess that's just how it is right now. Could do this. It's not really going to get me much, is it? I mean, it's going to get me a little bit of faith, of course, but not going to get me much else. Okay, yeah, so we'll just smelt all of this. As you can see, we're going to be getting quite a lot of faith skill from it, but as you can see, once again, stamina. Yeah, once again, the stamina. Alright, so I've returned to the Brewers Guild and I have some grain, yes. So I have these sacks of grain then. I will deliver 30 grain, receive this, deliver 100 grain, receive that. Okay, well, I'm going to just deliver 100 grain, why not? And there we go, we got a little bit of oath gold, and I'm going to do the same thing again, and we got 91. Alright, so basically, we can now donate oath gold, and we can spend that with these guys. I have no idea what that actually does. What does that do? I guess that gets me something. I don't know. It gets me some reputation with them or something like that. But this is going to be a relatively simple way for us to generate oath gold. So I guess that's probably what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, it is going to take quite some time for us to get more grain. I did have some in the warehouse here, as you know, because obviously I do have a brewery here, and that was the thing that I actually did just now. But yeah, oh wait, there is actually some grain in the marketplace. Ah, interesting. Okay, I will purchase some here then, I guess, even though this is literally 3,500. That's way too expensive in my opinion, but okay. What else can I do? I mean, I guess I can sell some linen, sell some of the silver ore here if I want to. I could sell some meat while I have it. Why not? There we go. That's going to reduce the cost dramatically, actually, surprisingly so. And indeed, we can go in and actually speak to him again. And then we can, yeah, there we go. Here are these sacks of grain. There we go. What about some more? Yep, there we are. There we are. Fantastic. Okay, so yeah, we now have some oath gold. Obviously, I need to check and actually see how much we've just gained from doing that, because I don't know whether there's going to be a significant amount of grinding to do with this. But let me actually just see. How do I check what they... yeah, I don't actually know how to check that. Let's pay the bribe to go inside here. The Warriors Guild. The Warriors Guild? Alright, let's actually see what the Warriors Guild is all about. Because they're probably gonna... Okay, wait. What are we here? Donations. Okay, so basically you can donate Oath Guild to them as well. Oath Gold, not Oath Guild. And can I leave some Dawi to help defend our holds? Honored warriors of sure grip and stern eye are always welcome. I will leave these Dawi with you. Okay, well, what does he want? Well, I would assume he wants the noble troops, right? I assume he wants the noble troops. What is this bar at the top here? I have no idea. Can I actually add them? Yeah, I can. But the question is, do I want to do this? Do I literally want to give my highest level troops to these randoms? I actually have no idea whether this is going to make any difference. The question is it going to make a difference? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Okay, fine, let's do it. Let's do it and see what happens. Maybe it's going to be completely and utterly pointless. Yeah, no, it seems like they want these guys. Okay, so they want these guys, and they want the other ones. Okay, so the question is, wait a minute, the sharpshooters level up from regular troops. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so let's just give these. I have no idea whether this is a good idea, by the way. This is probably not a good idea, but we're giving 22, all right. We appreciate any warrior can spare. Okay, that's kind of nice. All right, so what did we actually get for that? Because as far as I'm aware... Oh, hello. We just got 1,000 oath gold, or at the very least, we got quite a lot of it. Okay, well, that's decent. So technically what I could do now is I could donate oath gold to these guys, or to basically anyone we wanted to. The Runesmiths Guild and the Engineers Guild. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so there's all the guilds here. And if we... Okay, hello. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah. I wish to prove myself and raise my position. Will you take these valuable metals? What metals? Oh, is it Gromeril? I have a load of... I have 7 Gromeril, so that's not really that much, but yeah. Can I support them? I can donate oath gold. Yeah, so I can donate... let's donate 100. I have no idea what that does. What does this do? Okay, wait. We supply Darwi with armor that could turn the blows of giants and weapons that could slay dragons in a single strike. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. There you go. And also, with our connections, we can also reduce the costs of troops suited in Gromeril gear, like Ironbreakers or Hammerers. Okay. Sure. Okay, well, let me see here. Can I support them again? Okay, yeah, let's give, I guess I'll give 250. There we go. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing. So, yeah, that's the funny part, isn't it? Yes, that's the funny part. Okay, well, whatever the case, we're donating some things, and I guess that's good, right? I guess that's good. And the only other thing I can think... How do I actually see what my relation is with these people? Not the enchanter, that's for sure. I don't think I'm able to actually see that right now, so that's kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah, that is kind of weird. What about dwarven axes? Oh, I can actually make some dwarven axes. This is fun. Oh, okay, yeah, let's make some dwarven axes. This is going to be a lot easier than the other stuff. So we can actually do this quite a great deal. So let's just see how much... Yeah, look at how easy this is to unlock the parts of now. You see that? Look at all these axe heads that I've just unlocked, because there are no pommels. The pommels are the actual nightmare of every single person trying to unlock smithing parts. Well, this is actually really cool, and this is one of those things that I really appreciate about the Old Realms modding team. They've actually decided to literally just forego any of the other materials at the bottom here, so we're all just going with iron ore. That's it. We're just going with iron ore, and I absolutely love that. I think that that is fantastic, because that literally just allows me to do things that are pretty crazy. Like, I can just unlock these crazy cool things. And iron ore, obviously, it's going to cost quite a lot of iron ore right here. But look at this. I can literally get a tier 5 axe. And I can create this tier 5 axe. Obviously, I have no more stamina now, which is, again, one of those annoying things. But that's okay, because we just unlocked every single part for these axes. And you can see how much they actually sell for. They don't even sell for anything. They sell for nothing at all. But that's okay, because that doesn't really, that's not really the point, right? The point is that we're getting really nice faith skill and smithing skill, and it's making a huge difference. Look at this. Okay, so I'm going to be going for Granary Accountant. This is just way too good, in my opinion, to pass up, considering I'm selling quite a lot of food supplies and things like that. And we also have access to Grand level prayers now. And yeah, we're obviously going to be speccing into some more stuff. The question is, what do I actually want to spec into? I don't... apparently, according to people, dwarves don't ride stuff. So there you go. I'm not going to ride anything. So that's saved me a focus point. Thank you very much. So I'm not going to be doing that. I could go for some more leadership skill. I feel like leadership skill is kind of missing right now, but I'm also missing athletics and things like that. So I kind of need to get more athletic skill. So we're going to do that instead. And we're just going to wait here for a little bit of time. And then we'll go back in and we'll see what we can do. But obviously, here's the thing. Right now, obviously, because I got rid of a lot of my very high level troops, I'm now making a significant amount more from my workshops, which is actually one of the main reasons why I thought, oh yeah, we might as well do it, right? We might as well do it. Because despite the fact that those high level troops were very effective in, well, eliminating people, we don't really need to worry about that too much, you know? I think getting a little bit more money is a good idea, because we're eventually going to be getting into so many battles that we won't know what to do with them. Alright, so we've just reached Faith 150. Now this does give us the ability to donate items at shrines as a sacrificial offering to gain faith. Now obviously this is only going to really come into it when we just have just an overabundance of all kinds of crazy cool items that we get from fighting and various other methods. Now, all I've been doing is going into the smithy, going out of the smithy, regenerating, going back into the smithy, and rinse and repeating. And basically, I've just been crafting maces, as you can see right here. Now, this is probably not I'd say probably not the greatest way that you can level up your smithing skill. Generally, I do feel like probably the best way is actually making charcoal, funnily enough. But what I wanted to do was actually get to a point where I might be able to create weapons that can be sold for a decent amount of money, because money in this case is probably going to be our main, shall we say, gate that we need to open for us to actually have any kind of ability to do anything else. So yeah, it's going to be kind of harsh, because as you can see right here, boom, look at that, 125 smithing. Hilariously enough, it feels to me like this is really, really harsh. It feels really, really slow, actually. Kind of weird, to be honest, that it is like that so much. But it feels, yeah, it feels pretty slow, like I say. So what I'm actually going to do now, now that I've done this, actually, wait a minute, let me just wait for some time. I think we still have some stuff in our inventory or whatever. But what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go and try and find some... No, I don't actually have anything. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. We're going to go and try and find some orcs, try and find some beastmen, stuff like that. And we're going to try to see if we can make something happen in that regard. Because it is, in my opinion, so much better for us to do it that way than for us to do anything else. I think because as you can see right here, I do have one gemstone. I did actually see an orc raider camp over here, didn't I? Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over there and we're going to see what we can do with them, because I did actually go to the other village, you know, the village that gives you noble troops. I recruited some more people from there as well, so hopefully that's going to make a big difference. These are my stats, by the way, right now. As you can see, I did level up my my faith a huge amount. My smithing, for some reason, is taking a huge amount of time to level up. I don't know why, but it's taking very, very long. So I'm hopeful that we'll maybe be able to do something. There is an orc party over there. I could technically fight them, but they're probably going to be way too fast for me, being only 18 strong. Not sure if I'm even going to be able to catch people with this character right here. I am overburdened slightly, but that shouldn't really make it that much difference. These guys are definitely going to fight me, right? They're not? I thought they'd gang up. I thought they'd gang up on me really, really easily right here, but apparently not. Okay, well, I should be able to catch these guys potentially. They're moving relatively slowly, as you can see. Slightly slower than us, at least. There we go. Nice. Okay, this is actually perfect. Now, my trade skill is also leveling up. But I'm not sure I'm actually going to get any value out of trade skill whatsoever in this playthrough. Probably not, but well, we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. Now, I do want to get into some more battles after this too, so I think we'll probably be heading on over to the Beastman Herdstone. Obviously, it's going to be impossible for me to tackle the Herdstone itself at this point. Pretty much impossible, at least. Way too strong units in there, but we will be tackling it at some point in the future, and we're going to see if we can maybe... are they actually going to make their way over here? Are they just going to stand there and get themselves killed? No, there we go. Yeah. So now our forces are basically just going to pepper them to death. I don't think... Wow, yeah, they are pretty much not going to... What? This is insane. Okay, yeah, this is kind of crazy. I never would have expected... I never would have ever expected our ranged troops to be so effective that they can literally just kill things from so far away. That was 4.3 renown. Why are we getting 4.3 renown for these guys? That is actually kind of insane. Okay, I don't really know. Anyway, we'll just take these guys, get these guys leveled up, get these guys, and we'll go with the Ironbeards, I suppose. They're not that expensive in Oath Gold, at least. And we'll get some of these as well. Now, funnily enough, I think I probably... Oh, yeah, there we go. Finally, we actually got ourselves some orcish orcish weapons. I'm not actually wanting to use orcish weapons, of course, but smithing them and creating them is going to get us some pretty nice gains, or at least it feels like the Old Realms weapons, the actual specific Old Realms weapons, are going to result in much better gains for our smithing and various other stuff. So I'm actually very much looking forward to that. So let's see if we can. Well, we sold the prisoners for 1,300. Barely got any roguery skill, but we can sell that for a very nice amount. Look at that, 4,300. Orcs are great to fight. They're kind of similar to Empire Deserters, I believe. Yeah, Empire Deserters used to be my go-to bandit party. Wow, look at this. Look at how much hardwood I can actually buy here. It's actually crazy. Okay, so yeah, let me just go into the weaponsmith right away, and we can smelt this stuff. Let's see what I get. What do you bet? I get a handle. Yep. Oh, and a blade. Nice. Whew. Okay, I was kind of worried about that for a real quick second. I thought to myself we were going to have some huge problems, but no, we actually got pretty lucky there. So now I can actually start making actual proper orcish weapons. As you can see, look at how easy it is for us to unlock every single one of them. Obviously it's not that easy, but there we go. We did unlock absolutely every single one, and now I can actually do some pretty cool things, because this is what I basically did with the dwarven axes as well. For some reason, axes are super easy to unlock, but other stuff is really difficult. I don't know what it is, but it seems like they're very rare in comparison. So we're just going to go into the weaponsmith here, and then we're just going to smelt everything. And now that my smelting costs 50% less, it is a little bit easier for us to do this as well. So that's quite nice. So you can see here we've unlocked absolutely everything. So we are just going to be selecting something here, selecting the highest level stuff. Ah, we're actually going to need fine steel for this. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I guess I'll just make tier 4 stuff then. Yeah, so if I make tier 4, as you can see right here, the faith skill is actually leveling up quite fast. It was leveling up much faster than this beforehand, and for some reason, look at what's going on with my smithing skill. My smithing skill is still remaining at 125. Why? Or 126? I am feeling like I'm gaining extremely little smithing skill. And the funny thing is, I've leveled up smithing skill so many times in my time playing Bannerlord, and most of the time it's not that bad if you select some higher level, some higher level weapons and stuff like that, right? So for example, if I were to go to two-handed axes, I've tried to unlock quite a few of the two-handed axes, but the pommel situation just drove me crazy, so I just decided to sort of leave it. But if you see here, look at that, there we go, we automatically, look at that, we get 1 smithing skill already, and then a load of faith skill as well. This is actually a little bit better. Yeah, this actually works out a little bit better than what we were seeing beforehand, so that's kind of nice. Okay, maybe we just have to follow the same kind of strategy that we usually have when it comes to smithing in Bannerlord, and I shouldn't really change anything super dramatically, but I kind of thought that maybe that would make, I don't know, maybe that would make a little bit of difference. But yeah, as you can see, look at that, massive amounts of faith skill coming up right there. And do I have any energy remaining? Yeah, I do have a little bit of energy remaining, and as you can see, there you go, look at that, we actually got all of the parts unlocked. Unfortunately, we just don't have any resources, which is obviously a big problem. So yeah, that's a pretty big issue. Can I actually, wait a minute, let me see, do something like this. Did I unlock the last part? Nope. There we go. Now we unlocked the last part. That's fantastic. Okay, so we've done that. Now I can let me actually just check and see how much these actually sell for. Probably nothing. Yeah, these are actually not even bad. 664 for such a cheap weapon is actually not even terrible. Let me go over to the Orc Raider hideout, because that's probably going to have some Orc Raiders nearby. I don't know whether we really need to even face Orc Raiders any further. I mean, yes, we do. We need gemstones from them, don't we? Because apparently that is very important for enchantment and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, so one of the orcs is offering us vassalage. That's quite funny. Yeah, we're going to go over here, and we're going to try and see if we can maybe... I am moving very slowly right now. Okay, so I actually fought a couple of extra orc parties. I didn't show it because, well, I basically just auto-resolved against them. And we did get some additional gemstones, just one additional stack, I believe. Otherwise, we did get a little bit of loot, which we can sell for 6,000, pretty nice. And actually 7,000. And on top of that, we also gained some very, very large amounts of grain. Yes, large amounts of grain. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that to the Brewers Guild guy, and I'm literally just going to give him massive amounts. I have no idea how much I actually have, but we're going to be giving him I don't know, a load. I don't know how many do I actually have. I think I have like 400 or something like that, which is not even that much, to be honest, considering we're only getting yeah, there you go. Okay, that's all I can do. Can I support them? I wish to donate this. Yeah, sure. Let's just give them 250. I have no idea. What do I actually gain from this? What do I actually gain from this? I have no idea. Yeah, let's just give 250 or something. Ah, wait a minute. Here we go. We can actually do something here. I need some rangers for scouting. Okay, 500. Okay. I need some... really? How much? Oh, wait a minute. Is this good? Is this actually good for me? I have no idea. How much? What do I actually gain? Rangers? I don't know. What are the rangers? Let's have a look. Let's have a look what kinds of units we're actually gaining here. Would be kind of fun if they're really amazing. Oh, they're actually kind of amazing, I think. Are they? Yeah, they are actually kind of amazing. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, I like it. So we now have access to rangers. They seem extremely cheap, actually. They don't even cost me that much oath gold at all, and we're able to hopefully level them up into something insanely good. And yeah, okay, we're starting to actually build out our army now, which is pretty nice. Unfortunately for me, though, that is going to mean that we are going to start making a lot less money. As you can see, our brewery is absolutely running like no one's business, but unfortunately, it is now out of grain, or it will be running out of grain very, very soon. So that's going to be a bit harsh. I might have to go over to Taldrost. I might have to go over to the other place over here, Chanaz. I might have to go over to those places to see if they actually have any grain available. It is going to take me quite some time to get there, unfortunately, but we're no longer overburdened. Oh, actually, we are still overburdened. Oh, interesting. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, well, let's do some orders, shall we? Okay, so we got dwarven axes. Okay, I can immediately make this. This is very, very simple. There we go. The client is satisfied. Very nice. And what else do we have available here? Another dagger. Okay, yeah, we can actually do the dagger very, very easily. What about another dagger? Oh, another dagger. Okay, yep, the client is displeased. I don't care. That's fine. And the two-handed sword. Okay, we could do the two-handed sword. And there we have it. Okay, that is it. So let's actually just see about what's happening with the quest. There we go. We've done 8 out of 15. And we also still only have 1 out of 7 runes, because I'm really, really good at knowing how to get runes. I think I need to go into the runesmith or something like that and actually speak to him. But anyway, that is actually going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.